Welcome back to the Gill Strap Garage. We've got the 05 Super Glide up on the lift, finally starting to get some attention, right? Some much needed attention. Today, first and foremost, we are gonna do some motor mounts. So when I first got this thing, I was pretty stoked on how it rides. It does ride really well, especially after we got it off the ground a little bit. It was pretty slammed. But when you're going pretty quick and you go bank into a corner, she starts dancing on you. She starts giving you that little wobble. So we're gonna do nothing really fancy today. Really more just preventative maintenance more than anything. And this thing desperately needs a bath, but that's besides the point. We're gonna do front and rear motor mounts. I can show you guys how to do the front mount pretty easy. The back mount, there's not a lot of room in there for you to see what I'm doing, but I'm gonna give it my best shot. The easiest way for me to show you would be to pull the rear tire, pull the primary, inner and outer, and then you'd be able to just see all the little access bolts right in there, and you'd see it come out real easy and go back together real easy. But we've got no need to do that right now. So we'll start with the front, work towards the rear, show you what it takes. So we've got to shore up the engine. A little block of wood here. This may be too tall. Better off with a 2x4. All my 2x4s are super long. It's more manageable. Cut down a 2x4. Let's jack her up. So what you want to do here, let me take this off. It'll probably be a lot of back and forth between the tripod and the reel action. So I've got my wood there, just up under the bottom of the case. You want to be able to see your engine move. You don't want to be lifting the bike up. A little further back. Just want to take a little bit of that weight off there. It's going to make it easier when we go pull all these bolts out of here. So I have this stupid cover on here that I've hated, but I've been waiting to do motor mounts to pull it off. I believe it's 5/16. I believe correct. 2 Allen head bolts, hex, cap screw bolts, I don't know, whatever you want to call them. But we're gonna pop these out. This doesn't come out yet. Do I gotta take it all the way out? Nice little grime collector in there. Oh, what do we got going on here with bolts? Well, I'd say the motor mounts have definitely been changed at some point with the janky that they got going on here. Oh, nice and loose too. God dang. See? That's why it's good to check stuff out. See what's going on with your ride. Because that is not good. And it's why you use Loctite. Okay, I'm gonna get this thing cleaned up so we can compare old to new. So the old one here on the left, you can see at the top that the rubber's kind of separated. There's a little connection up there still, and that's just a pretty thin piece of rubber that goes across the top. It's kind of blown out, squished out, almost separated down in the sides down here. The new one, I mean, of course it hasn't been compressed or mounted or anything yet, but much better condition. For all you guys out there, oh, why wouldn't you buy a whatever mount? Why wouldn't you buy this? Why wouldn't you buy that? OEM or equivalent works just fine. It's a maintenance item. Your motor mounts are gonna wear out. Get you a Big Bear one. Those are pretty solid. I've only had a couple bikes come my way that have had those on there, but it's a super solid mount. Serviceable, all that. You know, buying those rigid mount and all that, just don't, I would say don't waste it. You spend your money on whatever you want, but I'm not gonna waste mine on something like that. So we'll get some good life out of these. I'm gonna get all that area in there cleaned up so it's nice and pretty going back together. And then we'll get her bolted up and move to the rear. But I mean, you can see how quick and easy it is to drop these things out. All right, baby, let's go. I've got a new bolt instead of whatever long ass thing they were using before. I've got my Loctite. I've got my book open with my torque specs, which you'll need to find those. Now, what's probably gonna happen too is we may have to raise our mount up, or have to raise the motor up. And that's because this mount is gonna be a lot stiffer and sit in a different position. Okay, I'm gonna seat it and then back it off a little bit. We'll snug these up. Get all these snug, and then it'll be time to bust out the torque wrench. That's better. Well, as it turns out, I don't have my 3/8 torque wrench, and I don't have my adapter to be able to use my 1/2 inch on this. So, I'll just go off my own judgment and use the old elbow for the torque wrench. So that's pretty good right there. Let's drop down the wood and see what happens. Yeah, buddy. Now for the fun part, the one nobody likes to do, the rear mount. What we gotta do, we've got the same 2 bolts in the rear, just like the ones in the front. They sit right back here, 1 and 2. And then we've got the mounting bolts up here, which you guys cannot see that because the lighting in my garage sucks. That's one side of it. We'll go to the even darker side where I won't be able to show you there either. And the master cylinder is probably gonna block the view of it, but they're tucked back there. God, I hate doing these ones. Hate it. I'm getting ready to change this exhaust. I have one here for a soft tail that I'm gonna have to mount up and make fit. I think I'm gonna pull this thing off, and it'll give me a little bit more access behind there with this mount out of the way. And it might make it a little easier to show. We'll see. This part of the video is pretty hard to see what I'm doing, but sometimes it's better to show the struggle of what's going on when you can't really show the actual job that you're doing. So that's why I didn't pull it. Hopefully you learn something. Hopefully you see that it ain't always just easy peasy. Taking that exhaust and bracket off gave me just enough room to be able to get a socket and an extension in there. Get ready to rip those off. Here goes nothing. I got it blocked up. One thing I didn't mention too, if your drivetrain twists because your swing arm on your Dyna is mounted to your transmission, then you're in for a pretty time trying to get that thing mounted back up. I'll go to the other side so you guys have a chance on seeing something. See it drop? That wasn't good. Alright, there we go. Now for the harder part. Trying to get a wrench on this while I spin the other side. It's just not a whole lot of fun. Probably no extension. I'm gonna go put this on the other side. Alright, there's one of the nuts. Now let's reposition the impact on the other side and give her a go. There's the other one. Okay, now I'm gonna go slide the bolts out and hopefully drop this thing out. Okay, I'm gonna lower this, which I don't really want to do, in fear of twisting the drivetrain. But there's the old one. We'll compare that to the new here in a second. The old one, see quite a few cracks through it. She's old, no telling if it's ever been replaced before. And here's the new one. So I repositioned my little scissor jack right there so I could slide the mount up and not have the clearance issues that I did bringing it down. I'm gonna jack it up a little more, get the top bolts slid through, and then line up the bottom ones and hope I didn't twist that drivetrain at all. Loctite. Okay, this sucks. I need to see how close my mounting holes are to the motor mount itself. Of course, I can't see a damn thing. Get a smaller bolt though and feel it. She's close. Okay, I think I got one of them pretty close. Throw some Loctite on this bolt. Thought I had it. Guess I didn't. I have to slide it over to the right side more. Maybe gone too far. Oh, this is the worst. I slid it too far now. Yeah, way too far. Ha, got a thread on it. Ha, got 2 threads on it. Woo! Now let's do it one more time. Hopefully she's right there though. Let's go, baby. Now let's see if I can get my bolts pushed through the rest of the way. Give it a little bit of extra persuasion. Straight to the point. I don't really know if I can say torqued. I should say tightened, because that's how these are rolling. It's only clicking off the tension of the belt. There we go. Click. Whew, we did it. I don't know if you were able to see that. Let me see how much of the back tire we can see. As I picked that up, that thing shifted back out a little bit because of the way it was twisted up a little bit. But we are in good shape now. I don't know, probably not even a couple hours, and a couple new motor mounts. Got rid of some questionable bike decor. Thanks for watching. Make sure you guys stay tuned. We're gonna be doing a bunch of stuff to this bike here. Exhaust, making an exhaust work. I've got a broken bolt on the other side I need to get out. We're gonna change this crash bar. clean the snot out of it because this thing is filthy. Got a ton of cleaning up top to do, but it's time. It's getting cold out. Not gonna be doing a whole lot of riding, but by the time next spring rolls around, we're gonna be doing a whole lot of styling for sure. This thing's gonna look good. I'm looking forward to it. Stay tuned, like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one.